So for today, I just want to let you know how to earn this free money, $330 free money. I talked with my friend that he didn't know how to get this kind of free money, but the step is quite simple. You don't need to subscribe to anything. You don't need to enroll into any class. We're gonna get the $330. It's basically free, but the catch is it's a yearly. You can get this free money every year instead of like every day. So that's maybe the catch. So I'm gonna talk more about this. Let's start. But before we start, I just want to let you know there are inflation rates and from 2016 to 2026 so this data is a 10 years average inflation rate. Sometimes in 2016 it is a 2.1% over here, and then 2020 it's 1.4%, and in 2021 it shoot up 7% and starting to decrease until it's now it's 2026 we got 2.4% here. So if you're using a typical saving account or your checking account like Chase or Wells Fargo or anything, it's gonna generate you 0.1%. So it's basically you losing 3.1%, because again this is our enemy, 3.2% as a 10 years average inflation. What I mean by you're losing is not like they're gonna take away your money. No, the nominal gonna stay the same, but your buying power. So for example, that you used to buy a bottle of water maybe $1, maybe next year it's gonna cost you $1.3, or maybe in 10 years gonna cost you $2 or $3. So it's the bottle of water stay the same, but it seems that the price is creeping up. That is because the inflation. So the solution is, if you have a 4% APR or interest rate in your account, so you basically winning around 0.7 or 0.8% instead of losing minus 3.1%. Yeah. So the solution in order to counter that 3.2% 10 years average inflation is by using high yield saving account. My requirement is simple. Anything that more 3.2% rate, that is good, because again the 10 years average inflation is 3.2%. So we want to counter them by having higher interest than the inflation. And also I don't want to have a fees, maybe like a monthly fees. That is basically eating your money away. Inflation, we don't want inflation, we don't want fees, and we also don't want a requirement. We want to have a like hassle free. We don't want like to open that. We need to have set up initial deposit like 10k, 5k, or $100 or something like that. Also we don't want that also. So also there's no lockup. We want to be a flexible, because if it's a lockup account, basically you're doing a certificate of deposit. So we don't want that. We want to have a similar function just like our ordinary or usual typical checking account, but not with 0.1% interest, of course. And so far I have an online bank like SoFi, Discover, Amex. They offer a very good APY. Just like in SoFi, for example, it's more than 3.2%. It's 3.3% right now. And Bank of America, it's 0.04%, and Chase 0.02%. Wells Fargo, it's not good either. So we got our candidate here. Anything that more than 3.2% is good, which is now it's SoFi. And there's no fees, as you can see in the monthly fees of $0, and the rest require a monthly fees. And we also don't want to have a minimum deposit also in order to open the account. Maybe Chase $0, and SoFi is also $0, and there's no withdrawal limit. We don't want that also. So far SoFi is looking good. generate us 3.3% now. So this is our candidate. This is the free money come from. If we do a simulation, let's say we set up a 10k and there's no monthly contribution, so maybe this is your emergency fund and you don't need to do any contribution, and for 1 year, maybe next year you want to go to Japan or something like that, you're gonna generate $330. So this is basically free. You don't need to do anything except you're gonna need to save money, of course. Let's say you put your money in your Chase account or Bank of America, you only generate $4 or $5 or $2. This is even worse. So you missing around $289 to $328 because this is basically free money, right? So instead of saving on this bank, you just saving on the high yield saving account like in SoFi maybe. So that's how you obtain the free money. So here I have my personal high yield saving account in SoFi. They have checking account that generate 0.5% APY, and now they currently generate 4% APY in their saving account. So why do we need the high yield saving account? For me myself, I use this for my short-term need because I always have like a 3 to 6 month buffer for emergency fund or something like that. Like, okay, just like emergency purposes, maybe my car needs to fix or my phone is broken or something like that. So that's how you obtain those free money. So there are two different high yield saving account that I consider high yield saving account because in TradFi it will generate interest, of course, but also you need to pay tax to the state or IRS, to the federal, of course. Anything that more than $10, you need to pay some tax, I believe. But there's also a second option, alternative option, high yield saving account in DeFi. This you don't need to pay tax, and it's gonna generate the interest every second, as you can see there. I'm gonna talk about high yield saving account in DeFi. DeFi means decentralized, where TradFi is basically as traditional finance, just like your bank checking account. So that's an option that I could offer. Instead of losing those free money, you can obtain that free money with opening a high yield saving account. Alright, today is April 17th 2026, and overall looks random, but SPY touching $700 now, and kaspa 34 cents, and Bitcoin 74k, and international stock VXUS, even though it's red, but $82 mean it's good. Usually, I believe it's around $75 per share. So I add another $10 for the usual assets. So right now we're gonna start with kaspa. We got a 4,300 kaspa, estimate value around $147, which is still down 23% or $44. Not great. Looking up the Syrup USDC as our baseline, $183, and surprisingly S&P 500 able to overtake a Syrup USDC or the baseline, our control as a number one now, $185. I think it makes sense because as we just saw that SPY achieving 700 area, the wrap Bitcoin is still $156, which means kaspa is the lowest, or kaspa is not good basically, and S&P 500 mean is best instrument assets that we have so far. And that's all today.